Hey, Carlster fans, are you guys in there? Yoo-hoo! Carlster fans, you guys in there, huh? Huh? Oh, there you are. All right. Now, was I a good kid or was I a bad kid when I was growing up? Hmm. Well, I was not a well-behaved kid. Um, and I'm going to tell you why I was not a well-behaved kid. Um, am I proud of some of the things that I have done when I was bad? Heck yeah. Let's just put it that way. There are some things that I did that, yes, I was very proud of, by the way. Um, but anyway, um, let's see, where do I start? Oh, yes. Uh, One time I had a teacher that, I have, for those of you who don't know, I have a developmental disability. So I was in special ed for pretty much my whole school career and it stinked. But anyway, I had a teacher tell me, she said, well, I don't have, or no, she's like, you're never going to make it to college. And of course, that's setting me off. So do you know what I do? I go and I slam the door and it cracks the glass in the door right down the middle. I was very proud of that, by the way. um, and then, let's see, I would hit walls, I would kick walls, put holes in walls. Um, One time when I was a kid, I was at a place called Kindercare, and I got mad and I pulled the fire alarm. One time I pushed a plant outside the window. Um, I was proud of that one too, pushing the plant out of the window because the teacher really made me upset. Um, let's see. What else did I do? There was one time my sister really made me mad, and of course I was probably like 7 or 8 years old. My sister made me mad when I was 7 or 8, and I mean she really made me mad, so I kicked her in the shin. That bruised her for about, no, I don't know, 3 weeks. Told her don't mess with me. But then of course, when you're 7 or 8, you just do whatever, you don't care if you get in trouble. Um, let's see. Um, there was one time, since Christmas is getting close here, I'll tell you this story. There was one time my mother, she had all of the Christmas presents under the Christmas tree. So what I would do is, because I knew 100% I knew I was getting a stereo that year. So what I did was I took the wrapping paper off piece by piece. Okay? And unfortunately she figured it out that I did that, and so I got in trouble. Um I broke curfew quite a few times. Uh my curfew was be home before dark. Was I ever home before dark? Very rarely. It got to the point where my mom said, "Oh, well, you obviously aren't going to follow that rule, but so you go off and do whatever you want." And she said, "If you go and you get yourself into trouble, don't come crying home to me." Um, I have never been arrested, thank God. and I want to keep it that way. Um, then there was one time I got in trouble for, out of all things, because I was trying to help get the fire hydrant cap thing back on, and the police comes up to me and says, "What are you doing?" Trying to help, and he's like, "You shouldn't be messing with that." And I was like, "All right." So I kind of had to leave at that point because I didn't want to really argue with the officer, because when you argue with the police, you don't really get anywhere. And the funny thing is, the police aren't gonna reason with you anyway. So yeah. Um, let's see. I can't get too crazy with this because there are certain things that I really don't want everybody to know. Um, let's see. Then there was a time I took my dad's um cigarettes because I didn't want my dad smoking. I really didn't like my dad smoking. So what I did was I took my dad's cigarettes and I put them in the dumpster, okay, for the trash company to come pick them up. You know those little dumpster things on wheels that you roll to the end of your driveway? Anyway, so I put them in there, and he looks at me and he's like, "What did you do with my cigarettes?" I said, "They're in the dumpster being hauled off," and oh, he was mad. I never heard the end of that one, but you know, please, if by any chance, please refrain from smoking. Smoking is horrible. Um, it, 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 it's bad for everybody around you. It stinks. I don't like the smell of cigarettes. I have always hated the smell of cigarettes. And if you really have to smoke, please go outside and smoke. My friend Steven here, he comes outside and he smokes. You know, and so we don't all have to smell him. Plus, of course, our fire alarm is so dang sensitive that they would be able to tell if he was smoking inside of the building, which is kind of annoying. I don't like our fire alarm system. Anyway, um, let's see here. Uh, I told one of my teachers once to uh to go take a hike. I literally told them to go take a hike because they told me that I needed to go out in the hallway to calm down, and I had already calmed down. Um, I laughed during the birds and the bees class because I don't really want to say the other word on YouTube. So I'm going to refer to it as the birds and the bees class, which that's going to be a whole separate discussion because that uh, with the way that it was structured in my school district, let's put it that way, because it was really stupid. Anyway, so yeah, um I did a lot of good things too, but all the bad things I did was actually kind of funny. Like the time that I urinated myself in class because the teacher wouldn't let me get up to use the bathroom and I really had to go. So, I mean, even by the time I make it to the door to get out to go to the bathroom, it still would have happened anyway because I really had to go, and it's like, "See, I told you so. I said I had to go." So, and then the teachers were always calling my mother because I was doing something wrong. But you know what? I had never really managed to really get suspended from school. Wasn't that a surprise? So, you know, so yeah, I did a lot of bad things when I was a kid. Uh, Um, you know, but anyway, uh, then there was the one time where I was being an idiot and I went outside. This is like when I was 6 years old. I went outside barefoot. Okay, my um babysitter at the time specifically told me, make sure you wear shoes and socks going outside. But then, of course, did I listen? Oh heck no! This is what happened. So I am outside barefoot and I step into a puddle. I didn't even feel this, but yet when I went in, I had a big shard of glass sticking out of my foot. So she had to call my mother. My mother had to leave work, and I had to go get stitches. And so I learned my lesson on that one. So, kids, don't go walking around barefoot outside um, at any time, because if you step in a mud puddle, you don't know what could be in there. So, you know, um, I learned from experience. It was a very painful experience, and that is one experience that I'm definitely not proud of. So, yeah. Um, I hit some people in school a couple times because they made me mad, but of course, who hasn't? No bullying. This was not having anything to do with me bullying somebody else. Somebody was bullying me. And I will have my discussion on bullying with you guys. I will, because bullying sucks, and we will go down that road some other time. So, um, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Depending on how exhausted I am, I'm very tired. So I think I'm going to go to bed. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Um, Probably when I get out of work. So see you guys later. Have a good night and bye, bye, Carlster fans. Okay, I'm ending the video now. I think you guys can turn off the video. Hello? Carlster fans, hello, I think you guys can turn off the video now. Oh, whoops, I forgot to stop the record button.